What is going on, everyone? It is your boy JP Get That Dough back with another video. Today we are making a video in a new light, a new POV, if you will. Today we're going to be talking about Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, this is something that I've used to generate a ton of leads for my business, and something you can too. Now, the problem with it is Facebook Ads Manager is a little wonky. Okay, to the naked eye, it can be very annoying, right? Very tricky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a basic streamlined video just to show you what you can do to start getting leads using Facebook ads. Now, this doesn't go over any advanced strategies, nothing like that, marketing techniques, creatives, stuff like that. I can make a video in the future, or if you want that information now, I do actually run a course, link in the description, but this will basically go over all the stuff you need to get started and making money using Facebook ads and having people contact you. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to move my webcam here. So we're back. So as you can see on my screen here, and let me go ahead and make my camera smaller just so it's not in the way. But this is the Facebook Ads Manager. Okay. And basically what this will be your dashboard. So you do have things like campaigns, you have ad sets, and then you do have the ads itself. Okay. Now, some of this stuff I'm going to blur out just so, you know, I don't confuse anybody, because there is a lot of information on the screen. I'm telling you, whenever you start really getting into Facebook ads, it can be confusing. I do a lot of testing. I actually work with somebody that helps me run ads. So there's a lot of different things that come into play, right? And I don't want to confuse anyone. This is just to help you get started. So first things first, obviously, you're going to see the green button. Go ahead, click create. And now, in most situations with Facebook ads, if you're talking a home service business like pressure washing, you're going to want to do an engagement campaign or a leads campaign. Now, here's the difference between the two, and this is a pro tip. So leads campaigns might cost you a little bit more, okay? But the beauty of a leads campaign is the fact that you will find more vetted leads rather than engagement. You're kind of just throwing a net out and seeing what fish you can pull in, right? I hate to say fish. I mean, they're definitely great customers. This is the only one I've used as engagement because leads does cost a little bit more. And it can be a gamble, right? But engagement has landed me all my jobs. Actually, I have not landed. I've probably landed like 2 leads campaigns jobs, maybe. So engagement is the way to go in my opinion, but if you do leads, you can do instant forms, or you can use the messenger too, but again, it's been expensive success every time I've used leads. So you want to make an engagement campaign. You do not want to use the recommended settings. Don't ever click this. Okay. You want to do manual engagement campaign. We're doing home service stuff, right? We like to do stuff ourselves. So manual engagement campaign, and this will open up this. So again, don't let any of this confuse you, okay? This is your campaign level. Okay, the campaign level, you could put this as leads generator, okay? That'll change the name. I recommend changing the names just so you're not confusing yourself, okay? So the campaign level is not really that important. There are advanced techniques like Advantage Campaign Budget. This is basically you can run a campaign and run different ad sets under it, and it will distribute that money to each. But we're not worried about that. Again, I'm not going to go over advanced stuff. This is just to get you leads. Like, you know, yeah, you might spend a little bit more than the advanced methods, but you know, that's what takes a little bit more time to explain. And again, that's what the course is for. I go over a lot of that stuff in there. So then you have the ad set level. Now you're going to want to have your Messenger, your Instagram. WhatsApp's not important, but you're going to want to have all your socials right here, okay? Especially, you know, most importantly, your Messenger, your Facebook. So messaging apps, click the message, and daily budget. Now, this can kind of differ, okay? So if you're just doing a basic, you know, campaign like we're setting up today, I would recommend at the start, especially if you've never ran Facebook ads, I would recommend doing $20 a day. Okay. And guys, that's not a lot of money if you think of the grand scale of the leads you're bringing in. Okay. Things like Thumbtack, Angie's List, they charge you a lot more to get leads. Okay. So $20 a day, that's what I would start out at. And then once you start seeing results, then bring it down. because that actually, so Facebook has to learn. It has to go through a learning phase. And that $20 is pretty good, especially since you're only targeting your local area. That $20 is pretty good to get Facebook understanding your audience and targeting a lot better. Okay. Again, not going into too much of that. Not trying to confuse you. Okay. So audience control. So here's what you're going to want to do. Okay. So I'm in North Carolina. You don't want to be targeting all of the United States. This is where I see a lot of people mess up. Seriously. And I see it like in my day-to-day life too. Okay. I go on Instagram, I go on Facebook. People are sitting there. I see people's ads from Louisiana, right? Or, you know, like, why would I get a pressure washing company from Louisiana to come pressure wash my house in North Carolina? That doesn't make sense, right? So people are spending money and wasting money and not seeing results is because you're not targeting the right area. Okay. You're going to want to remove that. Let's say, you know, we're in Florida, right? Okay. I'm in Orlando. I'm smack dab right in the middle of Orlando, right? I want to target Winter Garden. You know, I want to target Clement. This is where I live. You know, you want to put your pins exactly where you're targeting, okay? And you want to be, you don't want to target the whole world, okay? Target where you will do business. Seriously. And every time you put a pin down, just remember, it adds 10 miles to that pin, okay? So keep that in mind. You can have them overlapping. It doesn't do anything, but just have your pins where you want to target, right? And so make sure your targeting is good. Then we go down Advantage plus audience. I do not recommend starting off going too hard on this. Okay. So leave it at Advantage plus. Facebook's a lot smarter than you are. Trust me. Facebook's a lot smarter than anyone. Okay. The AI is really good, but I'll actually go back up here. Go back up here. Minimum age, make it 25. Okay. Don't give Facebook any chance. Just sit here and nobody 18 years old is going to want to have their house pressure washed. Okay. Now if you're offering another service, sure, but pressure washing, no, we're going to keep it 25 and up. So age 25 to 65. I would actually change this to 29. Okay. Everyone in the industry that I know does 29 and up. Okay. That's usually the age that people start getting houses that you know, they want to, you know, renew their house and stuff. So don't get into detailed targeting. That is just don't deal with that. You could end up spending more money just because you're trying to confuse Facebook, and it's just not smart. If you want to try it, go ahead, but I just don't recommend it. Nextly, placements. Okay, now this right here, free cheat code. All right, this is a free cheat code. A lot of people don't think about this, but this is just facts. Okay, in the home service business, most of your business is going to be on Facebook. Okay, guys. Like 29 and up. All right. We got to think about who actually uses these platforms. Okay. Instagram. Come on. My mom doesn't use Instagram, right? You know, people just don't use Instagram. All right. They use Facebook. That's the tried and true. That's how people connect to their families. Any person older than, you know, I'm 27. So I guess like my generation, they like to connect on Facebook, more or less. Okay, that's where everyone they know is. That's the social media platform that they go to. You're gonna go to the one that your friends are on. People that age, that's where their friends are on. So Facebook is really important. Where's it at here? So go to Advantage Plus placements. Advantage Plus placements is not worth it in this specific niche. Go to manual placements. Okay, knock out Instagram. Leave Messenger on. Leave audience network on too, but just make sure nothing on Instagram. So go through here. If you see Instagram, you know, make sure everything on Instagram is completely off. Okay. And then you should, if you still see a line through it, something's still on Instagram. Make sure it's just completely unchecked and you just have Facebook, audience network, and Messenger. Okay. And that's this ad set level, okay? Just to keep it basic, guys. Just to keep it basic. Now, I'm going to skip down here, okay? Because this is actually something, this can be a little bit tricky, but guys, it's so important. And not a lot of people go over this, okay? So a Facebook pixel is a very, very important tool to making sure people find you, okay? And Facebook knows who your audience is. A Facebook pixel is planted on your website. So most of us, for the most part, do use Wix and these website builders. So it's pretty easy to actually use those and connect your pixel with them, especially if you have Wix, Shopify, like they have a whole list of partners, right? So what you'll want to do is you'll want to go into your settings, and actually I'm actually going to go back. I don't want to leak any information. I'm like, once you get into your settings, it likes to show you this, that, and the third and stuff like that. There are crazy people in the world, but go to your settings, find where it says pixel, create a pixel, connect it to your website. Make sure under website events, it has a green dot and your pixel is active. Okay. This pixel ID is active. There is a tool right here too, Meta Pixel Helper. So my company is Green Eagle Wash, right? So Meta Pixel Helper, what this will do is it'll see if there is an active pixel on a website. Oh wait, sorry, my ad blocker's on. Make sure you turn off your ad blocker. And that's off. Okay, let me see. Yeah, so it detected my pixel. So now it'll show, okay, so I viewed a page, and if I go to get a quote, it knows all the paths that your customers are taking on your website, and that's super important. That is information that Facebook will generate your leads with. They will find people based on their interactions with your website. Okay, so that's why it's super important. Otherwise, they really don't have too much to base it off of rather than just Messenger. And I mean, Messenger is smart, but it's not as smart as your website. I mean, literally, like with this pixel, they can see everything. Okay, let's say if someone wants a house wash, they'll go to the house wash page and, it'll see exactly what they're doing and be able to accurately find a better audience for you. And that way you're not spending as much money. So definitely make sure that pixel is there. I know I did a lot of rambling on that, but make sure that pixel is set up. If you can't figure it out, again, you can comment too. I'll be down to comment or help in the comments, but not like, not too much, guys. I mean, come on. Like I've spent days learning Facebook ads. I mean, this is something I've messed with since I was like 17. Okay. 10 years ago, Facebook ads has always been around, and I've seen it, upgrade and everything. So if you do want a direct way to find the hacks, the, cheat codes and stuff for Facebook ads, so that way you're not spending as much money, go ahead and just drop a few bucks on my course, link down in the bio, and, get you some knowledge. I mean, it's basically free knowledge, because as soon as you implement my strategies, you're getting paid from your jobs. So pixel is set up. Let's go ahead and set up the ad creative. Now, the ad creative, I recommend a video. Okay. Facebook and Instagram and a lot of platforms right now, they are really focused on, sorry, my headphones went off here. Facebook and Instagram and a lot of platforms, they are highly focused on video content right now. Reason being is because they want to target the same demographic as TikTok and stuff. They want to target the same demographic as TikTok and many others. Okay. Videos are on the rise. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, everything. All that stuff's on the rise. So Facebook wants to do that too. And videos are what they push. Now, I will say images do work good on Facebook. It's not like highly dominated by videos, but people like videos, man. So if you can make a good video, you have an advantage. Okay. That's just, you can Google it. There's statistics on it. Videos are doing really good on even just Facebook right now. Okay. So you're going to want to make a good video. Once you make a good video, go ahead and add that media. I'm not going to open mine. Again, it shows all my stuff. But add your media, add the primary text. So this is an ad. Click my business. Let's make your home brand new. Something like that, right? The primary text will be, so if you're looking at a Facebook post, you have the picture under it, but you have like the main, plain text. This is what that is. And the headliner is in the box. You'll be able to add. So let's say my business. Okay. Something like that. And it'll show it beside the button where it says send message. Another tip, if you want to add an emoji that points to the button, that's just a little hack. It helps with conversion rates and getting people clicking on it. But yeah, you can do headline, my business, and it'll show, everything. What I'll do is I'll edit and I'll actually show you what a basic overview looks like. So this is what this is just my company logo, but my business. So, hey, look, click here, you're going to want to do something like that. And that shows people, that guides people to messaging you, right? And then in your primary text, this is an ad, special offer, we are the best music, something like that, man. Like, just make primary text and then add your headline. And then, and I recommend do send message, okay? Or get quote. That might be okay too. But send message is my go-to. I really don't like to mess around with anything else, because it's like, you want to be as simple as possible. Like, I wouldn't do too much like crazy stuff, like thinking, customer experience and stuff like that. Just keep it basic. Send messages straight. Enhancements, I personally turn all these off. Okay, I turn all these off. The enhancements, like, even if they say things like 51% of professional services, no, they don't. Okay, no, they don't. Go ahead and turn all these off. Maybe turn on music. Music straight. Just for the stories and stuff, especially if you're using an image, just to add a little something. But I do recommend a video. But just turn all that off. Next, you're going to want to do your prompt. Okay, this is super important. This is make or break right here. Okay, so in this example, someone pulls up your chat. Hey JP, please select an option below, and a team member will get back shortly. Okay, so this will be the first text that pops up. Again, you want to guide your customer. These are questions, okay, and you can add automatic responses. So what are your hours? We are open 24/7, baby. We want to renew your home. And you can tell them to drop their phone number. You can tell them to do whatever, right? Let me get a quote. Please share street address, phone number, and email, or something like that. Like, these are going to be automatic responses. They'll pop up in your messenger, but just so you can kind of like have that lead on the line for the time being, have an automated response, okay? And just think, okay, you're going to need these things when you talk to them anyways, but just remember, not everyone's looking at their Facebook Messenger. It's not as important as like a phone call or, them looking at their texts and stuff like that, which you can do actually, like engagement through calls and stuff like that. That's a whole nother campaign. But this generally works really good because people are on Facebook. A lot of people don't want to pick up the phone and call. If they just want to leave a little message and get back to you, that'll be great. But if you can get them to already put their street address, phone number, and email right off the bat, that is amazing. Okay, because that means they're serious, for one. And two, you can call them. Like, that's your lead right there. Work off of it. Work your sales tactics. And usually I don't like to add a third question, but you can. But yeah, that'll be your prompt, right? So when they click send message, your first message will pop up, and then your options will pop up, and then your automated responses. So again, if you want to learn tactics, stuff like that, link in the description. But guys, that's it. And then make sure your website events are on. Your pixel is good to go. It'll tell you if your pixel's not good to go. Like, mine's good, so it doesn't say it right now. But it'll say, like, make sure your pixel's set up. That sort of thing. And if you're having troubles with the pixel, just leave a comment, or again, hit my course. And that's basically it, guys. Like, that is if you can just do that basic, rewatch the video, whatever you need to do. If you can just get that basically set up, and run $20 a day for maybe like 2 days. And then, if you're not seeing the results you want to, maybe it's not $20 a day worth to you, then cut it back a little bit. But, I do recommend running the budget a little bit high at first, just to get through that learning phase. Cause there is a learning phase. Even Facebook has said there is a learning phase with the, automatic, audience finder, right? The AI. So, but cut it back. I know people that literally are running $10 a day, and they're getting quality leads. Okay. Me, myself, my last one, I think I was at like $11 a day, and I'm still getting leads, right? So Facebook works in mysterious ways. But go ahead, this will get you off the ground. Okay. This is what I started with. And then I started implementing my other strategies that I worked with other businesses and stuff like that, and learned throughout all my years. And again, if you want to learn those as well, go ahead, hit my course. But that's it. Also, I do creatives. Okay, if you want me to make a creative for you, go ahead, leave a comment, or go to my Instagram. It's at JPICN. Drop me a follow, hit the DMs, and yeah, guys, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was short and sweet. 21 minutes, but we'll edit it. But I hope this was short and sweet enough for you. I hope you're getting leads, and check out my other videos, useful information. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.